In case you missed the news from back in April, or you're just now finding out, the country, because we've been distracted. Did you know the U.S. is selling stockpiled oil to China amidst our energy crisis? How do you like those gas prices? In June, they averaged about $5 a gallon across the nation. Did you enjoy it? Thank you, Mr. President. We've all struggled to get to work, haven't we? Did you know we had stockpiled oil in the United States? Did you know we had a Strategic Petroleum Reserve? What is this reserve? Did you even know it existed? The Strategic Petroleum Reserve was founded after 1974 with its sole design and intention to diminish the vulnerability of the U.S. to energy supply disruptions, according to the Congressional Research Sector. This reserve's capacity is greater than 700 million barrels of oil. That's a lot. Where is it stored? Well, it is stored in underground geological formations known as salt domes, and there's 4 of these locations. There's 2 in Louisiana and 2 in Texas. But what you may not know is Biden authorized a sale of 950,000 barrels April 21st to a Chinese company called Unipec, right before our gas prices started soaring. I just love paying more at the pump because he stated that if we increased product availability globally, that would increase the world's access to the amount of barrels of oil, right? So you have more supply, you can lower the price. Or did you happen to have a lower price in June? I mean, we're seeing a little relief at the pump, right? We can say that we're like $4.30 a gallon. It's not much, is it? From a year ago, we're still like 50% higher than where we were. Are you feeling relief from that? Thanks, Mr. President. Oh, but it gets better. It's better. Okay, listen. So Hunter Biden, there's a sister company of this Unipec called Sinopec. Well, back in 2015, he owned $1.7 billion in stakes in the sister company. But it's controversy of whether or not he sold those stakes or not. He swears he did, but we can't find evidence that he sold it. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, but, get this. So they release these barrels of oil, and then it's just sold to the highest bidder. Whoever can pay the most for it gets it. That's how that works. Mind you, it's the Americans' supply of oil. America, ours, the United States. Wouldn't it be better, do you think, to just release to our refineries, let them process it down to gasoline? Let us have lower gas bills? Lower gas prices at the pump? Wouldn't that make more sense, Mr. President? Let's help the U.S. economy. Let's help those Americans out who are struggling to get to work. Why would we do that? Why would we do a thing like that? Hi, let's send it over to China. Because guess where China's buying their oil from? Do you know they're also buying their oil still from Russia? But the whole idea of this, right, because of this war in Ukraine, was that we weren't supposed to feed that Russian economy. We weren't supposed to give them any money. But now we're helping the hands that are helping still feed Russia. Does that make sense to you? Doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, but it gets better. Have you heard of E15? Mr. President, guess what you did in April of this year? Same time that you released this oil from this stockpiled reserve. E15 is usually banned in the summer months between June 1st and September 15th. Do you know why? Do you even know what it is? Okay, you've heard of E85, right? Most of our gasoline has 10% ethanol in it. E10, when you go to the pump and you push your button, your octane rating, yes, it's all mixed. It's all mixed with 10% biofuel. Ethanol, to be exact. Well, that 88 that you're pushing on that pump, if you go and you research it, Mr. Biden released it so that now we could have E15. What's E15? 15 stands for 15% ethanol. Guess what? If your car was made prior to 2001, you shouldn't be running this in your vehicle. It'll hurt your motor. It's fine if you have a flex fuel or if you have a vehicle that's made after 2001. What if you're putting this 88, which they won't tell you is E15 at the pump anymore? It's just 88. You just push the button for 88 and you're just thinking you're getting it cheaper. Why would we care what's in our gasoline when we're getting a deal at the pump? This will bog down your boat motors. This will clog up your lawnmowers, your small engines that aren't designed to run this kind of fuel. My uncle is an electrical engineer. Guess what? He said he can't purchase 88 anymore. You know why? Because he doesn't know the mixture. He doesn't know if it's 10% or 15% because they don't have to tell you. And you know what else? Go ahead, let's push these Green New Deals, Mr. President. You go buy that electric car. You go buy that hookup to your house. You tell me how you can afford that. Tell me how that electrical grid is handling it. But guess what? This is where it gets even better. Okay, because we're all for this Green New Deal and how we can help our environment. We can save money and stop emissions and control climate change. A study last month in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences estimated this corn-based ethanol was at least 24% more carbon intensive than gasoline itself. How is this more of a Green New Deal? Why is it higher? Well, if you think of the diesel that goes into producing corn and the amount of nitrogen and fertilizers that it takes to even grow this corn and all that runoff to the rivers and streams, along with processing it and the combustion in the vehicles that creates smog. Oh, the smog. That's another reason it's banned in the summer, because guess what it does to asthmatics? Causes more smog, increased pollutants, increased asthma attacks, which we already know are bad in the summer, don't we? But hey, let's go fill up our pump and we don't even know what's in it anymore because we're not paying attention. But you're paying attention now, aren't you?